there, guys. So glad that you are involved and connected into a life group. I'm convinced this is the best way to help make a large church feel small. And you're going to find friends like family. So well done for turning up at your life group. And a huge shout out to your life group hosts tonight. Can we just turn towards them right now and just give them like a bit of a round of applause, bit of a thumbs up. Tell them that you're appreciative for them opening up their home and just facilitating your life group tonight. We've been in a series called Family Matters, and we've really gotten to the business end of this series. It was the last week in church of that current series, and we started to speak about finances. We started to speak about that subject, which I know is so emotive for many people, the subject of money. And that's really because one of the things that I'm convinced of now, having spent years of just reading and studying, not only just in the worldly sense, but also studying in a scriptural sense, just some of the principles that exist out there surrounding money, but also the God-honoring way of being with our money. It's something that I am absolutely convinced of, that when you do it God's way, it works. So on Sunday, we spoke about these 5 laws of financial management. We spoke about earnings. You got to work, baby. You got to earn that money, and we appreciate that. We also talked about spending, get your spending under control. And these are things that we would often know. We spoke about saving up an emergency fund. It needs to be the third thing that you've got to be considerate of. And then we spoke about investing. Not everybody gets to that stage, because most people, when they receive more money every month, they choose not to invest, but instead they choose to upgrade their lifestyle, and therefore they miss out on the blessing that is investing. And then fifth and finally, the most emotive topic, we spoke about the subject of giving. I think that for me, one of the things that we've said from the front now for years is we've always tried to be honest and transparent about the way in which Emma and I have always handled our family's finances. I teach my kids to do 2 things: tithe 10%, save 10%. When it comes to giving into the local house, this church, our church, Emma and I have always done that. We've always given first, and we've always wanted to lead the way on that. But it's not just because we think that it's a good idea and therefore I might have some emotional leverage to try and encourage you to do the same. It's not that at all. Truthfully, I believe wholeheartedly in what the scriptures teach. In fact, in Malachi 3, where we spoke about from this Sunday, it's the one area of our lives that God says you can trust me in this. When you choose to withhold the tithe, the first 10% of your income, what you're actually doing is you're stopping God from having the opportunity to bless you. And when you give of the tithe, not to the Donkey Foundation or the Animal Sanctuary, but when you choose to give it to the local storehouse, which really is a modern day representation of the church, what you're actually doing is enabling God to have an opportunity to bless you. And he says that he's going to do it in this way. I'm going to open up the windows of heaven and pour out such a blessing that's going to be so much that you cannot even contain it. I think that what we all want is that life, but what we don't all want to do is what's required of us to do as followers of Jesus to see that become a reality. So there's no pressure here, and I don't want to make this like a hard sell. In fact, I would always go on record and say this: if some of you really want to experience financial freedom and peace and really truly believe that you want to do that through giving into a local church and tithing, but you don't like us, like you don't like me, you question me, you doubt my motives, then I would say, look, I want this for you so much that I would be wholeheartedly willing to say, then give it to another great church in Liverpool. There are many churches in Liverpool. Give it to them. But truthfully, if we're a follower of Jesus, this is something that we should be doing. So I'm going to turn it on its head tonight. I'm going to point the first question at your life group leader and your life group hosts, because I know that they're the ones that are living this out. They're doing this. So life group leaders, can you maybe tell the group what's been your story to date of maybe times where it's been difficult to give and yet you've chosen to give, and yet you've seen God come through being faithful and doing the right thing by you? Start off by sharing that story before there can be some more conversation around money and giving. Thanks guys for listening. Hope to see you on Sunday. It's going to be awesome. Have a great night, guys.